Bongo and the Wizard. Surprising things often happened to Bongo the Armadillo, usually when he was sitting in his garden having his cup of tea. One day everything and everybody in and around the city near where Bongo lived turned into jelly, except for Bongo, his teapot and his cups and saucers. A very concerned and confused-looking wizard appeared and walked over to Bongo. Thought Bongo, that didn't happen yesterday. He quickly looked inside his teapot to see if he'd made enough tea. These wizards drank a lot of tea, or so he'd heard. "I'm so sorry about what I've done to your city," said the wizard, bowing low. After all, he was speaking to Bongo the Armadillo. "A spell I was practicing went completely wrong. I was trying to turn cricket bats into fruit bats, and this happened." The wizard put his head on Bongo's shoulder and began crying. "Don't worry about the city," said Bongo. "I could always buy a new one from the city shop. I would prefer to have the old one back, though, because I knew where all the tea shops were in it. I've got the antidote to this spell somewhere, but I dropped it when all this happened. I was busy flying over the city at the time, so it must be stuck inside the jelly somewhere. Will you help me find it?" asked the wizard. Bongo looked inside his teapot again. "Well, it's not in here," said Bongo. "How about a cup of tea before we go looking?" The wizard thought it was a great idea. After they'd had some tea, Bongo helped the wizard look for the antidote to the spell. It was very difficult searching for something in a city made of jelly. Climbing stairs in houses was particularly difficult. It was very funny too, though. Soon Bongo was falling about laughing almost as much as he was falling about moving. Sure enough, Bongo found the antidote in the end. The paper it was written on had sunk into the third till along in the supermarket. Bongo had to carefully push his arm into the jelly, pull out the antidote and put the till back together again as best he could. The wizard read through the antidote whilst waving his wand around. He read it so quickly Bongo couldn't follow all of it, but he heard the wizard shout, "Abracadabra!" about 17 times. Suddenly there was a blinding flash of light, a big booming crash, and a pleasant smell of frying onions. After that the city was back to normal again, except that for a long time no one in the city felt like eating jelly. Also, the third till along at the supermarket was never quite the same again. When Bongo got home, he poured himself a cup of tea. He felt it was a reward for being so helpful. The end.